So this trip to Chichibu was completely spontaneous, and I practically decided the night before that it was going to happen if the weather was good the next day. And to my excitement, it was blissful weather. So we decided to get ready and jump on the train. Let's just start off by saying how beautiful this train was. It was a 2-hour train ride from Shinjuku to Chichibu, and you have to reserve the seats beforehand, so don't forget to do that. But I did end up scooching over to a different seat because there was someone sitting next to me in the seat that I was allocated. My morning tea, as you could see, was dismal compared to all the other people on the train who were eating their yummy bento boxes, but I was in such a rush to leave the house I didn't have time to scrummage up anything better. That's okay, because we will eat good food later on. Upon arrival, you bet I went straight to the souvenir shop. They had this massive building filled with seasonal and local produce and souvenirs, and the strawberry section was only a fraction of all the gifts and souvenirs they had on offer. You know, I couldn't help myself. They had a vending machine, and for 100 yen, I did pick up this sweet, juicy and refreshing ice-cold peach water drink. It was much appreciated in this hot weather. It was about a 1.5 kilometer hike up to the actual park that I was wanting to go to. It was quite a pleasant walk. That being said, would I do it again in the future? Absolutely not. But I mean, I didn't have any excuses because the grandmas weren't breaking a sweat. Oh my goodness. So this flower park is known for its beautiful moss pink fields that usually come into bloom around late April to early May. There's no scent to these flowers. It's purely there to inspire the eyes more than the smelling experience. These flowers are called Shibazakura flowers, and they have over 10 different varieties that cover about 18,000 square meters. And it's said that this park houses over 400,000 of these flowers, which is insane. It was kind of like a game, trying to see what the best vantage point to get the best photo would be. It's great that it's wheelchair accessible. Very impressive. So see in the background there's that massive pyramid-looking mountain. So that was a quarry, and some say around 400 million tons of earth were extracted from this mountain, but now it's just used for hiking. The admission is 300 yen, and because it's now springtime, there is a springtime market on at the moment. So I feel it's really worth it just to come and experience the sight of the flowers and then explore the markets. I'm so impressed. They have bins. These markets really offer everything, and it's all kind of springtime related, which is so wholesome. How beautiful does that look? I think I picked a really good day to come. It's not too busy, it's beautiful weather, and the flowers were blooming. I'm so glad I was here. I probably spent about 30 minutes here, but it's a really great option to explore during that springtime coming into summer. It's really warm as well. It was around 11:30, 11:45 when I left the flower festival, and I walked myself back over to near Chichibu station in search of a good quality lunch. To be honest, there wasn't much going on in this town, so when you do come visit, don't expect there to be endless shopping opportunity. So this soba restaurant was off the beaten path, and it was definitely what I would call a more local experience. It was absolutely divine. I got to look over this beautiful Japanese garden. Well, is it really Japanese though? I think that's wisteria and it's giving me Bridgerton vibes, but I mean it's still beautiful. Now this meal, the noodles were cooked to perfection. They were chewy and fresh tasting, and from memory the broth was good. It was the exact kind of food you want to eat on a hot day, and overall was a really pleasant meal. Lunch was wonderful. I must admit there's not much going on, but the escarpment surrounding the town is stunning. And I mean, look at this view. I'm now going to make my way back to the station, and I think I'm gonna do some souvenir shopping, perhaps have a little naughty ice cream and head back home. So a good thing that Chichibu does have going for it is that it's one of the spots along the pilgrimage route, and so there are many temples that you can also explore. This is the main shopping road. This is the hardest decision I've ever had to make, but I'm so full that I just can't get a sweet potato ice cream or Mont Blanc. Look at that. Wow. So I went back to the station, picked up some souvenirs, and if you know this channel, you know she is the queen of ice cream. So they had so many different flavors, like sake flavors, flower flavors. I decided on malt, but they have like sake, which is really popular. Yep, I made the right choice. The malt. If I had to rate the ice cream, it would be 11 out of 10. I would go back there just for that ice cream. It was so good. About mid-afternoon, I made my way onto the train and I headed home. As you can see, I'm completely wiped out. So the most random and wildest thing happened. There was this elderly woman, very, very bachang, and she needed directions on how to get to Shibuya, and so I helped her. And then she was like, "Do you want my curry bread? My kare pang?" And she gave me like this bag of bread. They smell so good. So this one is the keema kare. Look at the bread. And then this one is like an egg situation. And then I felt like I needed to give her something back. So, as you know, I got some souvenirs today, and I got myself these gente, like in-seasonal strawberry hard candies in this beautiful bag, and it was so pretty. And I was like, "Would you like these candies?" She was like, "Oh, they do look really good, don't they?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you should have them." And so I gifted her the candies, and then we were like talking, and she was like, "Yeah, I've been to Chichibu many times over the years." And she was carrying all this stuff, and guess where she was going? She was going to see a K-pop concert in Shibuya. And she's like, "I haven't taken the train in a year because my back and because I'm older." We had this conversation, and then she gifted me more stuff. She gifted me senbei, and she said, "This senbei is like really famous senbei, you'll love it. It's really, really good." Little senbei. And we ended up holding hands because she was like moving about on the train because she wanted to stand because her stop was next. And it was such a strange encounter, but it was really nice to be able to talk to someone so warm and kind. And yeah, it was great.